सिप रूमाता जी, सिप लिको, सिप सुदीप, सिप राजू, सिप टीना, सिप पंकज, सिप संगम, सिप योगिनी, सिप मोत्कुल आनंद, सिप चंद्रा, सिप भारतीयमा, सिप मिसेस साधवानी, सिप चिदानंद, सिप रेखा, सिप सगाई, सिप कृष्ण, सिप स्वाति, सिप शायर राजेश, and the rest of you I cannot see. Welcome to this interesting, tricky call. Interesting and tricky call. Administrator, let us share the message of the call. Why is it tricky? Who, what steals your peace and your bliss? Would you like to know? Does somebody steal your peace and bliss? Or nobody does? If somebody does, then who does? Who steals your peace and your bliss? Let us see who are the spiritual champions. Champions. कौन है champion? बताएंगे. That who steals your peace and your bliss? Come on.
शिवम सर जी.
शिवोहम, अशोक, निचानी, champion. Champion, बोलो. निचानी champion, बोलो.
सर जी, मोह और माया steals our and bliss. मोह माया, attachment.
Explain करो कि क्या है मोह माया क्या है? See, hold on. If you are saying moh maya steals peace and bliss, Rekha Parvani wants to know. I want to remove this moh maya. How to remove? So you cannot give answer until you help us to solve the problem. So tell us, what is this moh maya?
सर जी, मोह माया हमको बहकाता है.
One bhajan you are going to, I think, and talking about bhajan. Huh?
मोह माया ने बहकाया हमको, चुरा लिया और एक भजन चुरा लिया है.
No, Ashok, चुरा लिया मुझके तुमसे, it's a different subject. Try to understand. I'm asking you a question, Mr. Nichani.
Yes, sir ji.
Do you lose your peace and bliss sometimes? Do you lose your peace of mind?
Yes, sir ji, definitely.
When you last lost your peace of mind? Today, what time?
Many times, sir ji.
Many times.
When I'm not in conscious. Yes.
No. Don't. I'm asking simple question. Don't complicate. What took away your peace and your bliss today? Did somebody take your peace and bliss? If it was so, what took your peace and bliss away? That is my question.
Mithya, sir ji. Mithya, illusion.
What mithya? What illusion? Explain to me.
What I think real is actually false, fake.
So who has taken who has taken your peace and bliss away? What has taken your peace and bliss away?
My mind.
Your mind. Now after a lot of pushing, you come to the answer. Now you're telling me my mind.
Mind is a rascal, sir.
No, but I don't know. So your mind has taken your mind took your peace and bliss away. You told me.
Yes, sir. The mind takes away our peace.
So now I'm asking you one question before I give to Shai Rajesh. I'm asking him. But there is no mind.
There is no mind, but we think our mind is. That means we are not in consciousness.
So what took your peace and bliss? Please think and come back to me. Shai, आपको क्या बोलना है Shai?
Yes, sir.
Ashok, I've given you some homework.
Yes.
Like
Ashok,
like Ashok said, it is mind and ego.
Now Shai is coming straight on, hit on. Ashok, आपके बोलने पर शायर ने पकड़ के सीधा बोल दिया. क्या शायर बोलो कि who robbed your peace and bliss?
अगर तुम अपनी शान को परे रख दोगे तो कभी परेशान नहीं होगे. So the shan है ना, to prove ourselves, that has always kept us away from peace.
कौन सा शान बोलो? कौन सा शान?
Our ego, to prove ourselves and listen to our mind, even knowing the truth, not understanding, not accepting the truth.
देखो शायर तो हमेशा शायर.
Not doing ABC also is परेशान.
शायर तो कैसा डायलॉग मार देता है हमारे को. शायर saying अगर तुम अपने शान को परे रखोगे तो कभी परेशान नहीं होगे. अरे खैर यही तो बोला आपने, हम भी आपसे
Yes.
सीख रहे हैं, हम भी आपसे सीख रहे हैं।
अरे सर,
अगर तुम अपने शान को, शान मतलब ना मान आन बान शान, वही शान बोल रहे हैं ना।
yes, sir,
इफ
yes,
यू
sir.
ट्राई, इफ यू कीप योर शान अवे, परे, देन वेयर इज परेशान? परेशान तो तब होता है जब ईगो कम्स। बट मिस्टर शायर, I told Nishani one point. You took on Nishani's beginning. You said mind and ego steals peace and bliss. But there is no mind and there is no ego. There is actually no mind and ego.
Because mind and ego, the problem is we are not accepting that, na. We are always slaves of it, you know. It is ruling us.
So although it is not there, it appears to be ruling us.
Appears to be
Correct?
Maya. Like it says Maya.
Now Shire. I am giving you some homework. The homework is this. The mind and ego, although it is not there, it appears and it makes us unhappy. This is what you're telling me. Now, what is the cause of that? So think. Homework दिया हूं आपको. Homework समझ में. What is the cause of that? What is the Ashok? I also gave Ashok Nichani some homework. Now I've given Shahid some homework.
One, I finished my homework, Saji. I, me and mine. I think I'm the body.
So what is the question homework I gave you?
How you explain how?
So how?
Because we think we are this body. I, me and mine.
Now I'm giving you another homework. That that is robbing your peace and your bliss. That I.
Yes, sir. Ji.
Correct.
Correct.
That I is robbing your peace and bliss. And my homework to you after other people finish, not before other people finish, is why. Why that damn it I is robbing your peace and bliss? Why? Why I? What's the homework? Why I? And now we have got Rumataji 1, Chotwani 2, Chidanand 3, Liko 4. Come on, Rumataji, bataiye.
Guruji, sometimes people steal our peace of mind and bliss.
Very good, very good. Very
And
good.
sometimes some incident of the past steal our peace of mind because we remember it, we rehearse it and nurse it again and again. I feel these two are also major reasons for stealing our peace of mind.
Mataji, please contemplate. If somebody stole your tomatoes and potatoes, I can understand. Somebody came and stole your tomatoes and potatoes. मानता हूं. लेकिन आपका पीस और आपका ब्लिस कहां पे है?
Guruji, we don't realize ना, we forget.
एक मिनट. आपने सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया. आपका पीस और ब्लिस कहां पे है? आपका टमाटो और पोटैटो आपके किचन में है. आपका पीस और ब्लिस कहां पे है?
वो तो हमारे अंदर ही है गुरुजी.
तो कोई आपके अंदर जाके कैसे चोरी कर सकता है? How can somebody go inside you?
At that time we forget this thing, na?
So who is that? Why? Okay, आपका homework. Who forgets and why you forget? See, today I told you very interesting and tricky subject. Who forgets and why you forget? Two questions you have to think on. Ashok Chotwani.
Shivam sir. Sir, mind, attachment and desires are the three main factors who are stealing our peace and bliss. Every second mind is bombarding thoughts of negativity and steal our peace and bliss.
Amazing. What amazing. Amazing क्या? छोटवानी तो हमेशा चोटी के ऊपर है. छोटवानी मतलब तो चोटी. चोटवानी. चोट के वाणी. चोट के ऊपर है.
Sir,
चोट का
further,
मतलब
further, we are attached to this material world, which is not real but illusion.
हाँ.
And when our expectations are not fulfilled, then we lose our peace and bliss. Further, when our desire also not fulfilled, we lose our peace and bliss. For that, we have to kill the mind, sir. We have to kill the mind or switch off the mind and hand over to SIP.
आपने इतना बोल दिया, आपको होमवर्क क्या देना आपको? आपने इतना बोल दिया तो आपको होमवर्क नहीं देंगे. See, but Ashok Chotwani, you have told you have spoken like one LLB graduate. मैं तो अनपढ़ गवार हूँ. ये बड़ी बातें मुझे नहीं आती है. You are spoken as a big, highly qualified graduate, postgraduate. I am not like that. I have to give this group simple answer. Who or what steals our peace and our bliss?
Mind, attachment, and desires are the main factors.
Good. We have got now Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham. Sir.
Shivoham, Guruji.
Shivoham, sir.
It is the ignorance in the intellect which steals our peace and bliss. If the ignorance is removed, everything is self-revealed in Anubhuti.
Amazing. The honest answer is, that is one of the key answers to my SIP has given me that key answer, which Chidanand has said. Chidanand, jisne bola, what he has told, he said that ignorance. You know, all of you who have spoken, Ashok Chotwani, all what you spoke is rooted in ignorance. But there is one more word missing. SIP gave me 2 words. Chidanand gave 1 word. Chidanand, you only said ignorance, no, Chidanand? SIP gave me 2 words today. When I start the call, I fold my hands and I tell SIP, आज का जवाब क्या है SIP? And SIP gives me the answer. And some of you, then you question me, oh, you and SIP are different. No, me and SIP are not different. But I am a speck of SIP. I am just a speck. And so I reach out to the Supreme, of which I am nothing but a tiny particle, insignificant tiny particle. And I try to ask SIP to give the answer. So Chidanand, stay on. We have got Biko and Gaurav Singh. Gaurav Singh is probably a new entrant to the call. But first, Biko, and then Gaurav Singh. Gaurav Singh, you are next. Biko, please.
Shivoham, everybody, Shivoham. So, the forgetfulness of our true nature, as we are the divine soul. And when we forget this ignorance is making us forget because of the power of Maya. And we sink in the sansar and get all the negative things which steals our peace and bliss. If we remain in yoga, and in that remembrance of divine nature of our true nature, and we remain in yoga, then the ignorance will not affect, and this Maya will not affect, and we'll have peace and bliss.
Correct. What you said, answer is 100% correct. But who or what steals that?
Okay, I have this written down answer already, which I was just ignoring. So there is 5 attachments which steals our peace, and I will come to bliss second one. First one is the attachment with worldly desire, name, fame, position, position. Second one is possession of wealth, money, and all these things. Second thing is attachment with the sensual desire.
Correct.
That makes us steal our peace.
Absolutely, 100%.
And fourth is the illusion of ego and mind.
Beautiful.
which makes us. Fifth number is our relationships with and myness, my father, my mother, my wife, this all myness, this relationship sinks us and steals our peace, because you cannot happy all these people all the time, or even not even small time.
You are 100% right. In these 5 attachments lies the answer.
And
In these
second one,
5 attachments, lies the answer.
second one,
Sir,
there is a bliss which is preventing us, and this
What?
5 attachments.
Who's stealing? Yeah. 5 attachments are beautifully said. You are a postgraduate in that answer. I mean, bliss, who steals our bliss? Tell us.
Okay, so bliss is the attachment. We have to develop strong attachment with divine, which is within all the time, and live like a yogi. Then only we can, live in this sansar like a lotus in the mud, and then.
But Bliko. Your first answer was very clear, very focused. What robs our peace? What robs our bliss? You're not giving clear answer. What robs our bliss?
The ignorance of our true nature, that we are divine soul, and ship is within. When we
So
forget
what happens because of that ignorance? Because of that ignorance, we lose everything. But we have still got to get to the answer, who and what. So I asked you today 2 questions. It's come in your poster. Who, what steals your peace and your bliss? So ignorance, we have caught one. I have told you, there's no doubt we have caught by the neck. Ignorance, the biggest one of the ignorance of the mind, the ignorance of so many things, that our ignorance. Thank you, Administrator. So now, let us hear newcomer Gaurav Singh. Chidaran gave an amazing answer, and Bliko gave a super answer. So Bliko, I'm grateful to you, Bliko, for preparing such a detailed answer. Gaurav Singh, bataiye.
Hello, sir. Pranam.
Hello, Gaurav. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, sir. So I recently joined this call. Like today only, I got the opportunity to meet Mr. Chandra at the temple. So I met him, and somehow someone introduced me to him, and then later have a good conversation today. 2 hours and 5 minutes.
So what is your question today?
Actually, there is no question. I just want to say that I've recently started, and I'm just a new seeker that want to understand how it works and how to be in life.
Okay, very good. So you must come on this call every day at 8, and you must participate. Okay.
Sure. Yes.
Thank you, Gaurav. Bala, next question from Bala. Bala, unmute. Bala, please unmute. Bala, we cannot hear you.
my problem is that while approaching to people, I get hurted because they are trying to make up the situation. Abhi suppose ek vyakti hai wo झूठ बोल रहा है, and the other is trying to tell कि नहीं वो तो बहुत साफ है, और फिर मेरा दिमाग मतलब I stop there, and वो सब अंदर से गुस्सा बाहर होने लगता है. At that time सब meditation सब कुछ बाजू में रह जाता है और peace भी खो जाती है. So that's why I try to avoid people approaching me. I try to avoid phone calls. I try to stay away from people. Actually, this is my problem.
Bala. Human being cannot stay away from people. हमने स्कूल में, when you were in school, you were taught in class, छोटे क्लास में, man is a social animal. सिखाया गया.
Yeah, I know.
So you and me cannot run away from people. Some people will be Bhagwan and some people will be Shaitan. You will get both kind of people in this world. The question, I told Ru Mataji. Ru Mataji said, people come and steal my happiness.
Yeah,
I told people can come. No, I told people can steal potato and tomato. people can steal potato and tomato, but Ru Mataji ko maine bola, I told Ru Mataji, nobody can come inside you and steal your peace and your bliss because that is inside you. Bala,
Yeah,
why
I
are you
understand.
letting?
But
Why are you
time
letting?
पे
Wait,
क्या
wait,
हो
wait.
जाता है, sir?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You are letting people take access of your insight.
Yeah.
The moment you let somebody take access of your inside, it is just like giving somebody the password of your mobile phone.
Yeah.
If you give your password of your mobile phone, then your mobile phone command is gone in their head. They can make any, I don't know whether you all saw I got a new forward. Chota reel aaya mujhe. I don't know how many of you have seen that reel. If somebody asks you, please give your phone for 30 seconds. I want to make a call or I have some emergency. Can I please call my driver or some child is crying emergency. In 30 seconds, they can steal your entire bank account if you give your phone in their hand. By them putting call forwarding and OTP, they can do OTP through voice call. The moment you let them, if you give your mobile phone in anybody's hand, they can empty your bank account. So what, I'm not talking about that. I am saying it is not such a problem if somebody robs bank account. But if somebody robs your peace and your bliss, you become a beggar.
Yeah.
You become a complete bankrupt.
Agree.
Because if you don't have peace and bliss, I'm telling you, I know it. I know it. I have permitted people to rob my peace and bliss. I have permitted. Permitted means unko permission diya. The problem is this. We certify people to rob our peace and bliss. It is not what Ru Mataji said that Ru Mataji, nobody can come and steal your peace and bliss without your permission. Am I right or am I wrong, Ru Mataji?
That is there.
If
But
you say
sometimes then we are under the effect of ignorance that we forget that thing.
so, ignorance. Who is this ignorance? Who is causing this ignorance?
Mind is causing everything.
So
Mind
how
hai
to
nahi.
handle
Mind
the
any,
situation?
but it is created by us only.
So we have to find out today. Today, before end of the call, that's why today I have made an interactive session. Today, before the end of the call, we have to understand how many people here agree that we lose our peace and our bliss. Anybody in this whole audience says, I never lose my peace and bliss. Any challenge, any person? Anybody in this audience who does not ever lose, Samatma, you're going to say that you never lose your peace and bliss, or you'll come at some other point? Samatma is honest. She's very honest. So Samatma, first answer the question. How often you lose your peace and bliss? Honest answer. Samatma.
I lose my peace often, but now I come back within a split of a second.
Okay.
I can
That's okay.
switch over.
But you lose your peace and bliss, right?
Yes,
you
I
agree
lose.
that?
Yes.
Okay. So what
And
is your
I want
question?
to tell you that it is because of our thoughts. As you said, rotten thoughtitis. It is that which is really stealing our peace of mind.
Absolutely. Now, go one step further, Samatma. When people said it is mind, I said, no, mind, what mind? I gave homework. Go homework, do homework. Mind is nothing but bundle of thoughts.
Bundle of thoughts.
So who is robbing our peace and bliss, Samatma? It is our
The
thoughts.
thoughts which take us to the past and to the future.
Now tell
So we
me
are
why
not living in the present.
Tell me why we are permitting those thoughts to rob our peace and mind. Why?
Because we are not living in that present moment. If we are consciously living in the present moment, this will not happen.
Why?
Because we are searching for bliss and peace outside.
Why?
We do not recognize that it is inside.
Why?
Because of ignorance.
Correct. Yeah. So the end point Chidanand already said, na? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. What did Chidanand say? Very simple. Chidanand came and said, we are ignorant. It is ignorance, Girish. Big Samatma, because of our ignorance, because I am a bloody fool, I am not peaceful and blissful. I am such an idiot. I am such an idiot. I am such a fool that I permit the priceless treasure. Samatma, the price, if somebody robs Rumataji's tomato and potato, doesn't matter. But if Rumataji gets angry, somebody robbed my tomato and potato, then it's not the problem with the tomato and potato. The problem is which she has lost her peace.
Yes.
Then she calls the servant. Then she calls the servant and she goes, "Tum sali chor ho. You are the robber. Tum chor ho." Now, for tomato and potato, she has lost her peace and she has lost her bliss.
No, Guruji, mummy will not lose peace on tomato and potato. She's a very strong lady.
I'm only giving an example. I'm not saying she will lose. I'm just giving an example. I know she's a strong lady. That's why I'm giving her an example. So all I'm telling you is this. I'm saying that the problem is this. The problem is ignorance. Samatma said thoughts. Why we are permitting our thoughts to steal our peace and bliss? Ignorance. Because of ignorance. If we were not ignorant, we would not lose our peace and bliss. Now, what is the cause of this ignorance? Who will tell me what is the cause of this ignorance? Bliko.
Guruji, actually, I think we should stop reacting to the action. Then we will definitely we can avoid this situation.
See, Rumataji, let me tell you, this may be such a silly question. What AiR is asking such a silly question? It is such an important question that our peace and bliss is our most valuable treasure. And we are losing it every day. Every day we are losing it. And we don't even know why.
Because we are losing control on ourselves.
Why? Why?
We are not in consciousness. And we are in ignorance.
Why? Correct. Your answer is correct. Why? So who and why? Who and why are we losing our peace and bliss? Bliko. See, today at the end of the day, I need the SIP message to me and the SIP message from you to combine into an answer. You must take home an answer from SIP. And you still have 10 minutes more to participate in the SIP question answer session. Bliko, Bharat living in consciousness. Bolo.
Sure. We need a transformation in the beginning, and then we need to get metamorphosis from mind to monk. When we are master of mind and we are living in yoga, no thoughts will disturb us, and we can kill the mind, and no karma will affect it, and we will get the liberation. That's the only solution.
Beautiful. I'm giving you a flying kiss from India to Canada. I'm giving you.
I accept.
But what you have told, how do we simplify this?
That is
all
your duty.
Girish, Sudeep, Ashok, Chotwani, Samatma, Chidanand, everybody has to think. See, we are all losing our peace. And we are losing our bliss. And what Bliko said, Bliko, repeat what you just said just now. It was a beautiful answer. What did you say?
So we have to master our mind and control our thoughts and be in
who
yoga
is causing that.
That mind, the thoughts which is causing this. We need to get transformation, metamorphosis.
Who?
That is our inability to remain in yoga. Inability to remain in consciousness.
Who?
I don't know that.
Okay. Rajendra ji, let us. Briko answer will come. Briko, and the answer is not going to go anywhere. अभी 8 minute है. 8 minute में answer आएगा. Chotwani, Rajendra, then Chotwani. Rajendra, unmute. Please unmute. We cannot hear you.
Guruji, namaste.
Namaskar. Rajendra,
Namaskar. First, मेरे हिसाब से first I should what about myself I'm telling. I should understand that जो bliss या जो peace मुझे लग रहा है मेरे साथ है, जो भी मुझे लग रहा है because of mind and ego, क्या ये isn't it on account of achievements, wealth, fame, name, and all those things? Because this peace can be stolen. This peace can be taken away from me by small things, by small trifles, on small trifles. If the peace is, as you said, I just rightly said yesterday, because of the Paramanand, which I will achieve by yoga and by living in super conscience, that can never be stolen by anybody.
Do you lose your peace and bliss?
Because yes, I lose sometimes.
You lose peace of mind. Sometimes you lose peace of mind. You lose your happiness. Sometimes, yes or no?
Because at that time I'm not in super conscious state. I'm not in yoga, so I lose that seat.
So who and what? My question today: who and what steals the peace and bliss? Who is stealing?
The things, the unwanted desires fulfill nahi hoti hamari, because we live in mind and ego. Because of that,
we want the answer: who is stealing?
Yeah.
And what is stealing?
Yes, it's a tricky question, sir.
It's not a tricky question. It's a very simple question. According to what Sip gave me answer, it's a very simple question.
Okay.
Ashok Chotwani.
Shivan, sir.
Shivan.
Sir, when we realized the truth, then nobody can steal our peace and bliss.
Absolutely.
We will be free from everything.
100%. But why you are not realizing the truth?
Pardon, sir?
Why you are not realizing the truth?
So we are on the path of realizing.
But then you should give the answer today. Who is robbing your peace and bliss?
Yeah, that is ignorance, sir. Ignorance, attachment, and desire.
So I'm asking two questions. Who and what?
Guruji, I, me, and mine.
रूमाता जी, आपका सीनियरिटी के लिए आप ऐसा इंटरप्ट कर देते हैं. रूमाता जी gave the right answer. Rumata ji gave the right answer. Who is robbing our peace? Chotwani?
I, me, and mine.
I.
Okay.
Rajendra, who's robbing our peace? I. And Siddharth, what is robbing our peace? Ignorance.
Ignorance, correct.
Ignorance. So, who and Bala, please note, who and what is robbing our peace and bliss? The answer is I and ignorance. I. What is the answer today? I. If I know, Chotwani said I should realize the truth. If I know I am not I. Today only the book has been uploaded in the internet. Today only we have uploaded the book, second edition. The book is called I Am Not I, and it's gone for print. I can give you copies very shortly. I am not I. The moment you realize I am not I, you go into a state of consciousness. You go in, who's robbing my peace? Girish, who's robbing your peace, Girish? Khud. That's why it's called Khud Kushi. You see, so खुदी शायर वो क्या बोलते हैं, खुदी का क्या शायरी है?
खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा बंदे से पूछे तक बता तेरी रजा क्या है.
देखो ये हो गया उल्टा शायद. What Rajendra is saying is correct, but खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना. अरे खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि तुम्हारे जीवन में ना सुख ना शांति हो। खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि तुम्हारे जिंदगी में ना सुख होगा ना शांति होगा।
सर
Correct,
यही
राजेंद्र?
दुख का कारण है कि मुझे ये नहीं मिला, मुझे वो नहीं हुआ, उससे मेरे साथ यही किया, उससे मेरे साथ यही किया, तो ये मेरे साथ में हुआ तो ये गड़बड़ हो गई।
अगर मैं ही अगर हम ये बोलते हैं राजेंद्र, अगर हम ये बोलते हैं, रूमाता जी gave the answer without, रूमाता जी has one permission, without asking permission she can speak. तो she said, मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना, जो भी है दिखता प्रभु, कण कण में तू है समा, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना. The moment I realize I am nothing, I become everything. The moment I lose my, I will lose peace and bliss. When there's no I-ness. रूमाता जी क्या बोला आपने? I, me and mine. Correct?
गुरुजी पर विदाउट परमिशन बोला, सॉरी।
That's it. आपको परमिशन है, being the माता जी of the group, आपको परमिशन है ऐसा बीच में बोलने का।
नहीं, वेट करनी चाहिए टर्न।
कभी कभी आंसर ऐसे स्पॉन्टेनियस आ जाता है कि the I wants to speak. You know who spoke? Your I. Yeah, I want to give the answer. But I, me and my, I बोला। So, my dear friends, today we have reached this point. What is causing? Let me explain to you now. What is losing our peace, our bliss? It is I. You know why I? Because I doesn't exist. There is no I. The moment you are what Bliko said, the moment you are a yogi, the moment you are in Satchit Anand, the moment you are in consciousness, then there is the question of I. I am nothing. I am nothing. The moment you are in that state of nothingness, you are in a state of Ananda. And ignorance. Like Bliko gave a beautiful example of the 5 attachments. He gave a beautiful example. What are those 5 attachments? Bliko will repeat one more time. They are caused by ignorance, which Chidanand said. So I did not give any answer to you today. The answer came from Chidanand and then Bliko and then Rumataji. I did not give any answer to you today. Sip gave me the answer. But Sip told it should come from the audience. Bliko, what are the 5 attachments, Bliko, that you spoke of? All caused by ignorance. Bliko gave 5 attachments, all caused by ignorance. Bolo, Bliko, please repeat.
Yeah, so the attachment with worldly desire, name and
attachment
fame.
with worldly desires. Why? Because of ignorance. Continue.
Yeah, and attachment with the possessions and positions.
Attachment with possessions which don't belong to us. Nothing belongs to us. Ignorance. Third,
sensual attachment.
Sensual attachments. Because of lust, because of sensuality, we become slaves. An intelligent person will drop it. When the sensuality is making you a slave, it's time to drop it. If the sensuality is not making you a slave, you're still okay. But the moment the sensuality is making you a slave, it's time to drop it. Next, Bliko.
That is I, my, me, and ego and mind.
You did not use the word I. That's what I would have called. You said, I think you used
Mind,
the word me and
actually,
ego.
mind and ego is the I-ness only, right?
Yeah. No, I-ness, yes, because I was listening, I was waiting for that word I. I could not catch that word I from your answers. And then, fifth one.
Then the relationships and all this minus my father, my mother, I told you that. So
one of the biggest reason we are unhappy is because of relationships. Because relationships create expectations. And the moment you have expectations, it's not a divine relationship. In a divine relationship with God, there are no expectations. With the divine, when you are in a divine relationship, Prabhu ke saath, from the divine, I have no expectation. But when the relationship becomes corrupt, when the relationship becomes samsaric, in this samsaric relationship, there is heartache and there is heartbreak. It can be with your beloved, it can be with your mother, father, anybody. So Bliko gave very beautiful, very deep answer. It is because of ignorance. Samatma, I hope you wanted to say something else. I'm not sure. Ignorance causes so much pain. It steals our peace. It steals our bliss. We human beings, we are caught in this I. Rumataji said I. The ego, the I. What am I? One day I will die. And I am not able to live a life of meaning and purpose. I am caught in the trap of samsara. And because I'm caught in this trap of samsara, because of ignorance, and because of I, the ego. This ego kills us. This ego steals our peace and bliss. This ego becomes a slave of ignorance. Therefore, I said today's answer, what makes us lose our peace and our bliss? I of the ego and ignorance. If you drop the ego, I, and you drop the ignorance by living in consciousness, by living in the intellect, you will be free. From nobody will steal your peace and bliss. You can be in a state of ananda. You can be in a state of sat chit ananda. It's not easy, but I'm promising you, you can be in the state of bliss. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Samatma, anything before we close, and then Bala. Quickly, Samatma. Nothing to say, Samatma?
No, really, I was going to say, I am giving permission to somebody else to rob my peace of mind.
Yeah, that I is giving permission.
Yes.
And that I is giving because of ignorance. Remember, whenever you're losing your peace and bliss, the answer is I. Stop the ignorance and stop. Ignorance means you must be in Sat Chit Anand. If you're in Sat Chit Anand, there is no ignorance. And in the Sat Chit Anand, you drop the I. I am peaceful. I am blissful. I am peaceful. I am blissful. I am peaceful. I will not permit somebody can rob my tomatoes and potatoes, but nobody can rob my peace and bliss. This should be the commitment we have. Bala, closing comment, Bala. Unmute.
We are walking in this part, but ego, ignorance, I understand everything. But the problem is that at that point we lose it, and then again we realize कि अरे मैंने क्या किया. At that point, what should be the what reaction? कि अगर वो झूठ बात कर रहा है और मुझे लग रहा है ये झूठ बात कर रहा है, तो what should I do at that time?
You have to realize, and you must sing the song. ये लीला है माया, कुछ भी सच तो ना, नाटक ये प्रभु का है एक ख्वाब जैसा. That's why this call helps. Come every day on the call and become stronger and stronger. With folded hands, I bow down to you. We'll see you tomorrow at 8.